Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Aaron, and I've got for you a Stamina Templar build. The DPS is absolutely mega. You can do all kinds of speed runs, you can do all kinds of vet content, you can take this into vet trials. As long as you know how to play and you don't stand in red, you should do fine. Also, my Arcanist video just recently got 1,000 views. Now, it's very rare that I've ever done ESO videos, so 1,000 views is really good, and I appreciate you guys for that. So if you do enjoy this one, make sure you leave a like, and also consider subscribing, and maybe more ESO videos will be coming, and maybe some ESO streams. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, let's get into the build. So, as you can see, we are on a Stamina Templar, and we are going to talk skills first. So, my opinion is parsing is completely useless. It doesn't teach you anything. All it is, it's a way for people to brag. And I don't really like parsing, so I basically base everything on, can you do the vet dungeons? Can you hold your own in the vet dungeons or the vet trials? Can you do the speed runs? And with this guy, we can do all that good stuff. So, as you can see, we've got a main spammable, which is biting jabs. Obviously, there isn't going to be a rotation. I'm just going to explain what I do in terms of mobs, in terms of bosses, and then, it's whatever. I tend to go the easier route when it comes to hitting my abilities, which I will explain. We've got Radiant Glory, which is the morph of Radiant Destruction. And we use this because it's basically an execute, and I start using this when the enemy is at about 30% health. We've got Backlash, which is the power of light, which basically applies a debuff to the target. We've got Trap Beast morphed into Barbed Trap, and this is to activate the Fighters Guild passives, and also it's a really good damage over time. And it also increases crit damage, as you can see there, by 10% for the duration, and it lasts for 20 seconds, which is really handy. And then we've got Deadly Cloak, which is the Morpher Blade Cloak, again, which is basically reducing the damage you take from AoE, but also it sends out a load of shrapnel, load of knives or whatever, and it's kind of an AoE for yourself to take out mobs. And then we got the Flawless Stormbreaker, which again is to activate the Fighter's Guild passives. However, this is probably one of the better ultimates for this character. So that is the first bar, and we have daggers on the first bar. Back bar, we have a destruction staff. No, sorry, we have a bow. My bad. So we've got Endless Hail, which is the morph of volley, and that is because when that gets applied, arrows shoot down onto the ground, and it can take out a wave of mobs if they're in that target location. We have the Vampire's Bane, which basically gives you Major Savagery, Major Prophecy, which increases your weapon and spell rating upon activation. And then we've got the Cleansing Ritual, or Ritual of Retribution, which gives your allies a synergy, but it also does damage as well, and it also cleanses 2 harmful effects from you and anyone in it. We've got Solar Barrage, when Conjure Solar Energy Blast enemies around you. It's an AoE, and it increases your damage done with class abilities by 5%. And then we've got Venom Arrow, which is on the bow skill line, and it's Poison Arrow morphed into Venom Arrow, and this is going to work hand in hand with the bow, which I'll get into in just a sec. And then obviously we've got Nova morphed into Solar Prism, which gives everyone in the group a Gravity Crush synergy. However, personally, I use the Flawless Dawnbreaker. That's just my choice. If you want to give your allies a synergy and you want to debuff the enemies, then by all means use this one. I just prefer the Flawless Dawnbreaker. So, let's talk gear. First of all, we're going to go into Slottables, and here we are. I am running the Artaeum Takeaway Broth. Now, because we've got basically the buffs on our skill lines, we are running the Tri-Stat Potions. So, we do have Essence of Spell Power, however, I believe I get Brutality from an ability and Savagery, so it's kind of useless in my opinion. So I run the Tri-Stat so I can recover resources. As you can see here, we are using 2 Ansel daggers with a fiery enchantment and a poisoned enchantment, both with charged trait. And then we've got the bow, but we've got the Master's Bow. And we've got a weapon damage enchantment with infused. We're using this because it increases your weapon and spell damage by 330 against targets affected by a poison arrow. So whenever you start a boss fight or something like that, make sure you are popping your poison arrow first, and it will increase your weapon and spell damage, and it kind of works hand in hand, as I said previously. As you can see, we've got the Ansel helmet. Obviously, we've got a 5-piece set, but right now we don't because we are on the back bar, which is why you see it grayed out there. We've got the Deadly Strike as the other set, so we've got mainly stamina enchantments, and everything has divines on. And the Munda Stone we are using is also the Thief. The mythic we are using is the Velothi. So if you guys need a link to know where to find the Velothi, I'll leave the link down in the description below. And obviously we've got the Ansel rings. I absolutely love Ansel. As you can see, if we switch bar here, there you go. All sets are activated very nicely. Velothi, everything. Right, so we have got Slime, the light version of Slimecraw. That is for the additional crit chance, but also it's for the crit chance passives on the light armor. So if we have a look in skills again, and we have a look in passives, we have all the class passives. We have the bow passives, which we are trying to rank up still, but trust me, the damage on this is out of this world. We have the dual wield passives, we have the light armor passives. We're only wearing one, however, we want the spell resistance, and we want the crit rating, and we want the penetration. Now if you look at medium armor, most of what we're using is medium armor, so we've got crit damage there, we've got stamina recovery there, we've got sneak, we've got damage, and we've got movement speed. Fighter skilled abilities. So as I said, we are using, we're not using Camouflage Hunter because we've got an ability that gives us what Camouflage Hunter gives us, but we are using 2 of the Fighter's Guild abilities, which means we get 6% increased damage for each Fighter's Guild ability slotted. No, we get 3%, but it gives us 6% because we have 2. And then you generate free ultimate whenever you kill an enemy, and then we've got Skill Tracker. Your Fighter's Guild abilities deal an additional 10 damage. This bonus doubles against vampires and werewolves, so if you find yourself killing a lot of them, it's really useful to have Barb Trap and Flawless Dawnbreaker on. Undaunted. So Necrotic Orb, it's a really good ability, and if there is one ability that I would personally get rid of, it would probably be the Cleansing Ritual, because healers use it. So if you're in with a Templar healer, I would put the Necrotic Orb on, or the Morph, that's the damage one. Is it Mystic? I can't remember. But I'd replace Cleansing Ritual, especially if you're in a group with a Templar, because the odds are that Templar is using it. So we are a Dark Elf, as you can see, and we've got all the passives for the Flame Resistance, the Magicka and Stamina, and the weapon and spell damage, and then it doesn't matter about the crafting skill lines. However, we're going to look at champion points real quick. So the green ones are just the crafting ones. You can have on whatever you want. I have Treasure Hunter, Rationer, Disassembly, and Steed Blessing. And then if we look at blue here, we don't want to go that far in. So I have been testing a few things out. I did test a heavy attack build, which was actually really good. I just have more fun with this build. So we got Fighting Finesse, we got Master at Arms, we got Thaumaturge. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. And then we got Wrathful Strikes. I feel like that's kind of base. It's what every class kind of uses, but it is what it is. We've got Spirit Mastery, Bloody Renewal, Fortified, Boundless Vitality. So I would personally take off the Spirit Mastery and put Rejuvenation on, and the reason being is Templars already have buffs to picking people up, so you don't need Spirit Mastery, so we are going to put Rejuvenation on there, even though I don't really need Rejuvenation, but it is what it is. But I believe I have covered absolutely everything. Now the rotation, as you can see guys, you've got to know which abilities do AoE. So as you can see, you've got volley here. That's an AoE. And then your back bar abilities are all AoE. You've got cleansing ritual, that's AoE. You got solar barrage, that's AoE. So I would drop the endless hail, the cleansing ritual, and the solar barrage, and then I'd switch and I'd just do my jabs to spam. If you need a deadly cloak, do your deadly cloak before you start hitting your jabs, but your jabs are spammable, and as you can see, your jabs also give you major brutality and major sorcery. Now for single target, there is a method to doing this, and I'm not gonna show you because I don't have a dummy and it doesn't show you how to avoid anything anyway. But anyway, you want to start off by hitting your venom arrow so you can debuff the boss. Then you want to put the endless hail on. You want to drop your cleansing ritual, your vampire's bane, your solar barrage. Now if you noticed, the rotation is really easy because I've popped everything on the back bar. If I was going for a full pass rotation, I'd be like bar swap, use this, bar swap again, use this, then bar swap again, use this, and it's just annoying. I personally don't like rotations like that. This does more than enough damage and you will be fine. So once you've hit your abilities on your back bar, make sure you switch bar, you put your deadly cloak on, you put your power of the light to debuff the boss, put down your barbed trap. Don't touch your Radiant Glory and start jabbing, hitting your Flawless Dawnbreaker as and when. Make sure you switch bar to apply all the debuffs and apply the damage over times and all that good stuff. Make sure you've got your timers on so you know when each one ends. And then you'll do the same again. Once the boss hits 30% health, you will start hitting your Radiant Glory as your spammable. So you'll stop using jabs and you'll start hitting Radiant Glory. And that boss will go from 30% to 0% real quick. And it's really satisfying when you're able to do the amount of damage that this class can do. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you going to be using this build? Trust me when I say that this build will look after you. Just make sure you don't stand in stupid and you will be fine. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new and you want to make your way back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.